Now,
Oh.
I don't even have, as you can tell, I don't really have words after reading the headline, but I'm going to get into it. So, surgeons were stunned to discover that the source of a teenage patient's stomach ache was more than 100 high powered magnets that he had swallowed. As a result, the doctors in New Zealand were forced to remove part of the 13-year-old's intestines during the emergency procedure. According to the report published by the New Zealand Medical Journal, the young lad suffered 4 days of abdominal pain before seeking professional help.
Oh my goodness.
He then confessed that he had ingested 80 to 100 neodymium neodymium magnets about a week earlier. The lad told medics that he had purchased them online from shopping on Temu.
To
X-ray.
eat?
I don't know why he purchased them. Like it doesn't even look
Oh,
yummy. Like, but
stop it. Not it
like,
doesn't look
but
yummy.
it doesn't even look. Anyway, why would you eat them? I mean,
Oh,
look. When I was
goodness.
younger, I ate a nickel, but
No, don't act like this the same thing.
it's not. It's really not. But
I mean,
X-rays were X-rays were then revealed that the magnets which had been banned the magnets which had been banned in New Zealand since 2013 were connected in four linear chains.
no.
Now the issue with magnets and your digestive system is your digestive system is continually moving, right?
Yeah.
And so at a certain point, the pain in his lower stomach would have been one part of the intestine attracted to the other part of the intestine,
Yeah,
which
they clamped.
which means that they clamped, which could create a clot, which could create a backup, which could create many things, but also it could pierce through the lining of it.
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-mm.
they did manage to get it all out, but look at the amount of magnets.
So the image that I'm seeing here is they're tiny little circular magnets. They're flat
Mm,
and circular, and they all um like there's a line that looks, oh goodness, about
yeah.
5-6 centimeters at least each, of those magnets just together. Okay, so here's the thing. There's so many issues. You know what I mean? First things first, I I instantly just wanted to have a season of prayer over this kid, his
Mm,
health. Goodness gracious, to be that young and developing, and the body can bounce back from things like this, because God has created our bodies to be able to. Um, oh goodness, thoughts and prayers go out to his family,
yeah.
but how on earth is this 13-year-old purchasing banned products online?
And this is why I wanted to bring it up because the same thing in our previous shows when I brought up how kids were buying vapes
Mm-hmm.
online through these sites that were sending them concealed. Like and the thing is they know it's wrong because they say that they'll send it conspicuously.
Yeah, inconspicuously. Yeah.
Inconspicuously, yeah. So they know it's wrong, but there's no age limit on the purchases nowadays. When I think you're allowed to open a bank account at the age of 11, and so unless you put restrictions on it, the children can do online purchases and things like that. And these
They
sites
can waltz
aren't.
in and just start an account themselves.
They can no. So you have so at the age of 11, you're allowed to start one with your parent. So
Okay.
your parent, but then with that, you get a card. You get you get a
Yeah.
card. The normal thing. It's just your parent has access to it to monitor it,
Right.
and things like that. So unless you are the type of parent to monitor it, to use it as a way to teach them about finances rather than as a way to just send them money and let them do whatever they want.
Oh my
Things like this will
goodness.
continually happen. And it's not just things like vapes. It's things like this. Like
These are just
I,
magnets.
he probably didn't even know that these magnets were banned in his country, but adults did. And
My
so
goodness.
like this is just a shout out for everyone to just be mindful of the things because there's
Yeah.
always an easy way of doing things,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean it's always a safe way.
Right. And I also It's alarming that he's ill for 4 days before he mentions it.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So if there's any sort of ways like that we can verbalize
Yeah.
To our young people, hey, if you are ill, if you are in pain, whether emotionally or anything else, you know,
Please tell us.
have this conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I do know, you know, back in the day, it was just like, you know, you made your bed. You know what I mean? Don't mess up. You know, it was tough love back in the day.
Yeah.
So it's like if you messed up, you gonna have to. There was limits.
There was licks.
Like you're in pain. Okay, cool. But know that we're gonna take care of the situation, and then you'll get licks.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
just to make sure that, you know, because I feel like the consequence wasn't enough, I'm going to now issue a consequence. You know what I mean? But I feel like we've evolved a lot since then.
Yes, we have.
As a culture, as a society. So let our young people feel safe enough to go, you know what? Because here's the logic, right? If I didn't go and swallow all these, you know, magnets and this and that, and I had this sort of pain, I would mention it.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm not mentioning it is because I feel like I've done something wrong.
Yeah. And
right?
And that's it.
And so that mentality has led humanity to where it is now.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So the only reason that Adam and Eve didn't want to have a conversation with God was because they felt like they did something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So what shame does is make a bad situation worse. It's literally useless.
Exactly.
So you know, hey, regardless of what you've done, if you are in a state and need help, you need to say something.
Mm-hmm.
And let's open that up as a culture. Let's open that up. Let's not hide away. Hiding away is the problem. You know what I mean?
And learning the hard way is not a badge of honor.
Right.
Like you gotta learn that from young, right? All right. Like for me, I've never really liked pain, so my activism stops when pain was involved.
Not my activism.
Like if I'm standing up for a cause, and someone says I'm gonna get licks, like that's like I'm done, like I'm finished. Because I remember when. So
you were for the people until licks was involved.
Like I remember one time I went to we were living in Huntsville, Alabama, and I went down and there was this house that was abandoned and they threw all the toys and everything in the house outside of the house. And so my mom specifically told me, don't go to the house because you don't know what's there. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna go. And so my bike so happened to go down the hill and make a left, right? And so I was like, oh no, and I stopped the bike, and I just so happened to be outside the house, and then when I got off, I stepped on a nail. The nail went.
You sure did.
The nail went through my foot, and not through the whole thing, but it went more than halfway. Yeah. And at that point, I didn't even care about the toys that were there. I was like, oh no, I'm hurt. But even worse, I'm going to get licks.
Right.
It's
like mom's going to kill me.
Because specifically, mom said, don't go to the house. and I went to the house. So more than the pain in my foot, like I could limp.
Right.
I was fine with limping. But I didn't. But the licks. And so I kept it silent for more than half a day. With a nail in my foot. Now the problem is, as a child, you're not thinking about the
tetanus?
How long the nail has been on the ground, the fact that the nail was rusty, and anything else that could have been on the nail because the stuff had been outside the house for quite a while, and so. But for me, it was just, oh no, I'm gonna get licks.
Right.
Until it got to a point where I just couldn't no more.
Right.
And I had to tell my mom, and surprisingly, I didn't get licks.
No, she cared for you.
She looked like, but in my mind it was panic. And so if they know before they do the act, that okay, my parents care for me enough to at least make sure I'm 100% well and cared for before they administer any punishment.
Right.
Or at least know, be able to understand my situation and I can confide in them. If they understand that from young, then
Right.
that will help situations like this, because
Right.
I couldn't even imagine,
Look.
even as a teenager, going through something like this and not telling my parents.
Right.
But
But that's the thing, man. Like, safety is so important, and the world is not safe. So, we need to make sure that we create a safe space for young people, especially young people. This is a 13-year-old. Because, I mean, as an adult, my reasoning is questionable. And so, so thinking about 13 years old with no life experience, with no experience taking care of myself, with no understanding of how the body works, with no understanding of anything else, I need to have someone safe that I can run to and say, hey, this has happened. Because at the end of the day, like, you going hard on somebody is not going to stop the thing that's already happening.
Yeah.
And it's already happened. And so a safe space is important. And the last thing that I want to bring up is that if you want our young people to thrive in their relationship with God, represent him adequately.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of my issues and things that I have to unlearn and things that have to be broken in me now are a result of erroneous teachings about God and the way that he operates. Anytime that I feel the need to hide from God, I have to remind myself the new thing that I've learned, that he loves me, and it's not that he doesn't want me to hide because he wants to be able to find me for licks sooner. You know what I mean? He genuinely is here for my journey. And the more that I read, as a matter of fact, we're gonna bring up the Joshua one. I was gonna wait till the end of our the end of our series that we're on now, but I'm gonna bring it up because almost every example comes back to that Joshua one.
Yeah.
Back in Joshua 7, Joshua 6, the Battle of Jericho happens. Joshua 7, they get beat up and realize it's somebody's fault, right? It's not the man thief. But the whole journey of that is huge, and God revealed something to me about that. And so, but what he did not do is say, hey, someone has broken the covenant, come back to me when you've sorted it out. The biggest thing is what God did when they were like, oh no, we lost the battle, and they're crying and they're wearing, throwing ashes on themselves and carrying on. And God says, yo, stop all this. What y'all doing? Why are you behaving like this? It's simple. Someone broke the covenant. So let's sort this out together. And along the way, the whole thing, God took their hand and sorted it out with them. And there's not a single instance where God says sort it out. Why? Because he don't trust us to. We can't sort it out.
Yeah.
We're going to make it worse. You know what I mean? Who knows how many things this 13-year-old tried to get these magnets out.
Look.
Before he realized, you know what, I'm actually not qualified to do this. And reached out. Remember, like, play the real forward. If you're going to reach out, if it gets worse anyway, reach out now. You know what I mean? But yeah, so it's my whole way of seeing God has had to change away from the way that culture had parented me. In order for me to be able to accept grace, in order for me to be able to forgive other people, in order for me to be able to feel as though I am forgiven without feeling like I've been punished enough. Because a lot of times, the punishment isn't coming from God. Number one, it's either just the consequences, you know what I mean? Just cause and effect. Or it's us sabotaging our life because we feel as though we need to feel punished in order to be forgiven. Like, there's so many things that are cultural and whatnot that we take and we project onto who we think God is. And so creating these safe spaces, culturally, as a community, and in our home, will also help us to reflect to the young people the actual character of God, which is nurturing, which is loving, forgiving, and compassionate, and merciful, and grace-giving, and open, and loving, because He is love. So that's my public service announcement.
And speaking of 13-year-olds, we're moving on to the next story.
Okay.
I'm vexed because because the word dictionary.com came out and said that the word of the year, the word WORD, the word of the year is, wait for it, 67.
67.
It's not a word.
It's the number 67.
67. So
it's not even. They didn't even bother to write it out.
Exactly.
Like it's a word.
So of course it's a trending thing nowadays that that teachers, parents, and everybody else is very very annoyed with. These kids walk around and they go, oh, 6, 7. So
what is that?
It derives from a sports clip. Where there's a young man who run. At first, the first sports clip was someone was saying, "Oh, he's 7 foot." I think the original clip was he's 7 foot, but he dribbles like he's 6, 7.
Oh wow!
Right, and then there was another clip that made it go viral, where another a kid runs up to a camera and goes 6, 7. So ever since then, every single child of this new generation has been just saying 6, 7 for no reason. The definition of the numbers. Now, I'm sorry, but the definition of the numbers is, hold on, wait for it, a numerical term that is considered meaningless. Like, how is the word of the year something that's considered meaningless? It makes no sense whatsoever. So whoever is at dictionary.com, yeah. if I know you're listening to Don't Trip. I know you're listening. Whoever's at dictionary.com, you need to get your act together.
You know what?
Because how could it be the word of the year? Anyway. Sorry, apologies.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm very passionate.
Yeah, there's a lot of passion behind that. Honestly, here's the thing. I'm out the loop with the young people because I don't have kids. And so I don't get to hear the rubbish that's going on. So I was like, 6, 7, what's that mean? So he's 7 foot, but he dribbles like he's 6, 7, meaning that he's super agile instead of like slow and whatnot.
But it was just a comment made that you're supposed to be like, oh, that's a good one, and move on with life.
Everybody is dribbling like they're 6, 7.
Nah, everybody. No, they're not even. They use it for there'll literally be a silent room, and the kid will just be like, 6, 7, and then the whole classroom would just be like 6, 7. Like, it is considered to be meaningless.
Is there any place in Revelation that talks about
words and rumors of words?
No.
Words and rumors of words.
That's not real. Nah, that was good. Because this is a rumor of a word, it's not even a word. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was gonna say that talks about rubbish, but yeah, words and rumors are words.
But yes, and there are other dictionaries that came up with actual words. And I really commend them for coming up with actual words for the word of the year. I'm sorry, it may seem a bit petty. It may seem like a little but English is like the grammar and the English subject is slacking.
Yeah.
In education. And this is why. This is exactly why.
He about to ban his kids from dictionary.com.
Look. I got a 6-year-old who says 6, 7. Eli says 6, 7. I'm just like, what you know about 6, 7? You don't even know what basketball is and you're talking about 6, 7. Anyway.
Well, I mean, y'all, all right. Well, I'm going to let y'all ponder on that. I have no words, but apparently neither do they. Man, I got a song called Joy, man. Coming up, we have more stories on the other end. In a bit, you're listening to Don't Trip. I have never heard that in my life. 6'7".
Yeah. Like it's like, of course, because Laura teaches,
Right.
and she has to deal with with kids at home, so she gets it all around.
Yeah.
And so it's
The thing is, like, you don't realize what stripping is until you grow up, and you look back and you realize we all actually we had strippiness, because you know it was when Napoleon Dynamite came out. And there was a line in there that said, "Your mom goes to college."
Yeah.
And like
that was
that was
wow.
the 6'7". That was 6'7".
Yes, because
it would just be a quiet moment in class.
You wouldn't actually have to use it. You wouldn't use it in anything specific. You'd just stay the line, and everybody just busts out laughing. Yep.
100%.
But the thing is, we never had our strippiness confirmed. Like what is
like
it?
Validated.
Yeah, we never had our strippiness validated. Like.
Yeah, nah, this is absolutely problematic. Let me put this hat on. I don't see Dawn in the comments yet, but I want to make sure, she knows that I brought the apparel. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be a brand ambassador. like send me more clothes. you got a hoodie? You know what I mean? I would love a hoodie. Dawn, just putting it out there. My birthday is next week, so. You know what I mean? Send me a hoodie for my birthday. Blessed apparel, man. This a Christmas song?
Anytime you have that that jingle bell in the back, you know it's Christmas.
Yeah, man. I might have to come up with a Christmas album.
I mean, I think it should.
Yeah, I was telling Dad that we have so many artists that are local and like within our community.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would love to use part of our studio to put together records for our people. Like there's nothing like listening to something that you've created or listening to something a friend or your community has created.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is, we've known about this for decades.
100%.
And we've been saying it for decades. So I'm surprised that they don't have like a church hasn't just gone and said, you know what, we're starting our own label.
You know what I mean? But that's the thing.
And,
like they ain't had me yet. So
oh yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
Very true.
So I'm in the studio now and I'm looking around and I'm going, there's so many gifts, and I'm sick of losing our people to other places and other things because they didn't have a hub or resources to be able to do it here within the community.
Atlantis Radio London.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I have a little bit of a vision for that. We'll see what we're able to do. Dietrich Haddon?
Mm-hmm.
You already know. Dietrich Haddon.
This is the one.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep. That's the metadata I'm talking about. So we gonna get that assistant. But it did, like, when I saw, when I look at the categories, I at least know what categories to look under to find cooler music. Oh, we would have fun playing this.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? I think they're cousins. Yeah. Everyone's
they're
George's
related.
cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
When I went to Bishop Noel Jones' church,
Mm.
and George was there, and he was at the concert.
Mm.
And so he bring me to meet his cousins. I think he's your cousin.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all cousins. Like they're well known like anywhere in the state. So anywhere you hear the last name Tate in music, they're cousins. And they all do music. They all sing and play and everything.
Jeez.
The other guy, George,
With Reggie.
Reggie, no,
Lamont,
Lamont.
Yeah.
Lamont. Yeah.
Gridiron, yeah.
Those are the guys.
So Reggie actually has been playing keys for years.
Oh, really?
Jeez.
I didn't know Reggie did.
Yeah, so Reggie's a drummer,
Yeah.
but he moved to playing keys makes more money.
Mm.
You can carry a whole service with just a keyboardist. You can't do that with a drummer. You can't do that with a bass player. Yeah.
Look, personally, I think we should try.
Yeah. So of course, like he's all right. He's not Eric. You know what I mean? He's not George, but he can hold down.
Eric was a problem in the best way possible.
I was trying to get lessons from him, but he was trying to get something else, so I couldn't do it.
We're on YouTube.
Oh yeah, how you doing, Eric? What's poppin'? Yeah, man. But they're to this day, they're some of the baddest musicians. Like,
Oh yeah.
and I've heard some great musicians, but I'm like, in that little city, Bakersfield, the amount of talent that was stuffed in that city.
Trust me.
All right, I'm gonna bring it in early. Ooh, it belongs to God. Oh yeah, you weren't ready. You weren't ready. You weren't ready. Yeah, no, 100%, man. It all belongs to God. That was Dietrich Haddon. We were just talking about Dietrich Haddon, man. The thing is, when you're from California, you know some folk.
Yep.
And if you don't know some folk, you're only like one person away from knowing anyone. Everyone is somebody's cousin. Everybody is somebody. But I've always loved Dietrich Haddon's vibes,
Yes.
so shout out to him. What you got for us, Bray?
All right. Well, I wanted to shed a light on the different things that are happening in the world. Now, when we say that we want to comment on the state of the world, it's usually about the society. Now, I want to comment on the physical world itself, because it seems like things are going haywire. We've had the hurricane in Jamaica, the Caribbean, and it's so please look out for causes to donate there. Now we're having a typhoon that is due to hit the Philippines, and over 1 million have been evacuated because of the fact that unlike previous ones, the clouds and air will be so thick that there will be no way to see from above how fast the winds are going. And also the landfall is expected at night. So usually it hits and it's expected during the day. In previous ones, this one is expected at night. And so if you hear of or see anything about donations, about supplies, about anything that's going on in regards to those two events and any other ones that we may not know about, please do give. Give as much as you can, because we are not caught up in these things here, but that does not mean that we cannot help. And there's lots of wars going on where we're aiding and trying to help and get out there. It flattens whole communities. It flattens, just like bombs, it flattens whole countries. So please give. And I just wanted to shed a light on that, just quickly. In the next story, now, if you didn't know, in the news they have been saying things about a child benefits crackdown.
Uh-oh.
Now, there
Wow.
has been a child benefit crackdown that has been going on where they have been flagging up people who have been looking like they are taking advantage of the benefit system in regards to child benefits. However, now there is a HMRC trial of the child benefit crackdown, and it has found that that about 46% of fraud accusations were actually false. And so that means that people have lost their benefit. That means that people have lost their benefit and now have to reapply and do everything. They haven't given the word of whether they will be back paid, which I mean I suspect they will. But they have found that it's pretty much like what ICE is doing when they're just taking people who look suspicious and not doing any back investigation. And so the article reads that Home Office travel records used in the trial of the controversial anti-fraud crackdown, where parents lost their child benefits, were flawed. The pilot scheme saved 17 million but left 46% of families targeted incorrectly, okay, without their child benefit. And then it goes through other percentages as far as regions and things like that. But I just wanted to shed light on that just in case you were one of those families, and you are due to get your back payment or whatever else or whatever solution they come up with. As I said, the article doesn't say anything about what is going to happen, but they have realized that this is a fraud.
46%.
The issue, exactly, the issue is the percentage of incorrect. 46% were found to be incorrectly accused of child benefit fraud, which is
And that's the thing. Like the moment that there's any investigation, they're gonna put sanctions on it until everything's cleared up. And so, the amount of negotiating with landlords and negotiating with goodness.
Yeah.
Like it better be more than back pay. Imagine the inconvenience. You know what I mean?
Well, they don't usually calculate add that into the calculations.
Yo, they look. If it was look, as much as y'all talk about California, y'all for the inconvenience is a very
look distress and inconvenience. I need 2.5 million.
That is, you're putting people out.
Yes.
You're putting people out. You don't know what situation was. This could be someone's like last thing, and now they're in the process of eviction because of whatever what happened.
And that's the issue as well, because most of the people who had been called up for the child benefit fraud incorrectly were those who were disadvantaged people.
Right.
And so they were counting on that money for, either to take care of it's not like they had the money there and they were saving it up for the children. They were actively using it to take care of the family.
Right.
And so hopefully the solution is swift. Hopefully that there is some back pay. Hopefully there is some distress and inconvenience. But for the moment, we're not really sure about the solution that they'll propose. But yeah.
Look, man. Like, when will people get it through their skulls that majority of the people that ask for help actually need it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
they're not just, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
People think that they're on yachts and cruises with this benefits money.
But,
you know what I mean?
but that is one thing about society now. It's because of the fact that what is any negative percentage, whether it's minute or whether it's large, is sold like it's the majority of people who are doing it. And so mentally, people are thinking that the majority of people who are on benefits are taking advantage of the benefit system. And so then that's when you have investigations like this. And I'm not saying it happened here, but what you'll find sometimes when they don't find enough evidence, they put the evidence there. And so if it did happen in this case, which I'm not saying it did, it probably didn't, because they did a second investigation after, which found this percentage of people. But that is there's fraud on both sides that are possible.
Right.
And so, like for me, there are mistakes that are made. They've probably found some legitimate causes, but they didn't find as many as they thought they would. And so now the time is for, okay, you've made the mistake, which okay, cool, but now you have to rectify the what's happened to these families. So yeah, so
100%.
moving on to the next. I have a question. Someone wants to know if they're not a good person.
Oh boy.
So the the headline reads, "Am I not a good person for being upset with my friend for essentially calling my mom a bad person for looking older than her age?"
Oh, I think I know where this is going. I want to hear it. I want to hear it though.
So my friend, 18-year-old female, came to my house for a spa day. As, as my mom was bringing us popcorn and face masks, my friend started to talk about how she believes that people's insides begin to match their outsides.
I knew it.
With the closer they get to middle age or old age. She said wrinkles are the results of frowns and holding your face in a negative expression. So if you look older than your age, it is typically due to living a life of negativity and hate.
You know when you just make up ways to judge people?
Look, man. And she's 18. She's not even like, why are you making up?
This is the youth.
But right as my mom walked away, she asked, "How old is your mom?" I answered and said she looks much older. Her lines and age spots seem more like those of no. She said her lines and age spots seem more like those of a woman in her 60s. I said, "Are you calling my mom a bad person because she has wrinkles?" She said no, and it was just an observation. And I said, "My mom has survived several life-threatening illnesses in the past 10 years, which tend to affect appearance, and that I find her comments disgusting." She said I need to calm down because it's not that deep, and that it's hard being friends with her because I'm so reactive. That's it. That's it. Now there are some comments on this post that I cannot read on the radio station. Most of them I can't because there's some angry people out there.
Oh, 100%. And they all got
the
wrinkles.
general consensus is that your friend is rude and you don't need her in your life. Like that's
Bruh.
But I don't think that's the case. I just think your friend needs to learn about herself. But
there's a bit of awareness. Like, don't, because the thing is, you say something like that, let it pass. Don't go, "How old is your mom?" Like, don't.
Yeah. You made it personal now.
You know what I mean?
Like now we are directly talking about my mom. And if I know my mom looks older than she is, I'm gonna say she's 90.
Right.
Like I'm.
Right. You know what I mean?
Like, but that is so rude,
but
man.
The problem I have is this. I want to check in on this 18-year-old in about 30 years.
Not even 25. Like,
You know what I mean? Because I'm just saying, like, a lot of times the things that we judge really harshly come back on us tenfold. You know what I mean? I'm just like, yo, like, there's so many things that affect our appearance. There are so many things that affect our appearance. And because we're in this society that's conditioning us to go, "Oh no, a wrinkle. Oh no, a sunspot. Oh no, a this. Oh no, a that." We don't need friends that are out here feeding insecurities, to the mom. And the mom's sitting there in the room. You know what I mean? Like, oh, everybody with wrinkles is a negative person. I'm going, okay. This is the thing about coming from California and being close to Hollywood is knowing that there's so many people that don't have a wrinkle on their face, that are haggard on the inside.
Yep.
And so it's like, it's not about the appearance. There's people that have experienced life and are so full of joy. And what you're seeing is not frown lines, hun. They're smile lines.
Yes.
They're laugh lines.
And the thing is, even if they were frown lines, moments in people's lives can have a long-term effect.
Right.
So if I'm going through a 2-4 year trial, and yes, I've been frowning for them 2-4 years, the rest of my life could be pure joy, and I will have those wrinkles. But those wrinkles will be a pride for me because I overcame that situation. Like that's the thing. Like people will do anything except for look inside a person to judge a person.
Right.
Like
they're trying to judge from
they
the
would
lens of
do
your
anything but get to know somebody.
Right.
In order to judge as many people as possible all at once. Like and for me, like things like this, comments like this, and she's only 18, which means that this is probably learned behavior.
Yeah.
But things like this, comments like this, it actually says more about you.
Right, exactly.
Than it does about anyone else.
Right. Like 100%. I'm sitting there just like, yo, do you know how many friends that I have who didn't even live long enough to get a wrinkle?
Look.
You know what I mean? Like every new birthday that I get, man, next week I'll be 36. And I'm thinking about all the friends that I wish made it to 36, wish made it to 30. You know what I mean? Who had high hopes, high plans, high potential. And I'm going, yo.
Wish made it to 18.
You know what I mean?
We have 3 friends that never made it to 18.
100%. At least. You know what I mean? And so friends, family, everything like that. So it's like every sign of aging, you got to get there.
Yeah.
You got to get there. You know what I mean? And so I'm looking at these people and I'm going, well, it sounds like this person has a lot to learn. And I just pray that life doesn't teach them the way that I'm thinking it might.
I pray they learn and life doesn't teach them. I don't.
You know what I mean?
Like,
they better start taking their collagen.
Look, if life teaches you, sometimes collagen can't save you.
Yeah, man, 100%. So, how many stories you got? I want to go to a song called Mercy. Can we do that? Can we?
Yeah. Because I have one more real positive stories.
Oh yeah, bring that in after the music. Yeah. So Kurt Franklin, Trip Lee, we got a song called Mercy. Following by these are just the vibes. Listen up, you're listening to Don't Trip.
And online.
You leaving?
This is Adventist Radio London.
Dedicate this song to those that miss being dedicated. The world robbed you of your spiritual romance. You want to renew your vows.
I just want to go to the front.
Jesus waits at the altar for you. He's not worried about you.
No, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll lock it down. Look, man. Wrinkles.
Look.
The thing is, it's not that when I was a kid, I had fleeting thoughts like that. But it's because of Disney, right? No, think about it. Disney would make, like, the villains, they'd start looking decrepit, you know what I mean? And so it's like, and so you see it happen, it's like, oh man, like, when a person looks like that, they must be mean, you know what I mean? And all it does is cultivate a fear of growing old. I was like, if the beat don't drop soon, I'm changing the song. Alright, let me get this plan up. I forgot these things I'm supposed to be doing. Luke 19. All right. So, 2019, we're going to talk about Zacchaeus.
He was a wee little man.
I'm wondering if he was actually little or if people back then were just taller. Little slide. Man, I wanted a slider so bad when we did Life Radio. Every time I changed the song, I cringed.
I love it.
I was just like mentally trying to fade it out.
That was, we were testing the listeners to make sure that they really didn't trip. Like,
I was just like, okay, how can we make this a smoother transition? Yeah, after a couple years, I just accepted it. Just hit the button. I meant to ask Dad how to upload songs. I'm sure I can figure it out. Oh, you know what? I made this whole thing. I didn't even use it. I made a Jesus is my king. Oh. Okay, got it.
So beautiful, effervescence, the bubbles and tingles. Sing of the feeling, I'm never sick of feeling this evening, and even when odd one out in your crowd,
Oh, jeez.
on your number and days and
Yeah, I made this.
This is Angie. And this is Ray. You're listening to Don't Trip. Bringing light to your day.
So I can post it like every time that we go online. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
That being in studio just, excited me. I forgot everything I was going to do when I came in. I was supposed to post it an hour ago. It's a good cookout song. I can imagine a barbecue to this. Jesus is my king. Jesus is my king. If Jesus is your king, let the church say yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus is my king. I love that song. That was such a nice vibe. We're here on Don't Trip, man. We got one last story, and then we're going to dive into the word. Ray, what you got for us?
The headline reads, the recovery process can be bleak, but we wanted to make sure it was joyous. A pioneering art initiative in England is bringing visibility to marginalized people while aiding their recovery from substance abuse. A residency in Greater Manchester has been exploring how art can play a role in the recovery of substance abusers. Manchester's Castlefield Gallery teamed up with Anew, a not-for-profit residential therapeutic community in Hyde, Manchester, to discover how creative activities can aid the recovery journey. In quotes, our ethos is about looking at art and cultures as part of people's recovery journey, and about making social changes through art and culture. Um, Says the curator of social engagement at Portraits for Recovery. Um, Pilal, who is the person I just said, explained that the organization has a philosophy called recoverism, which approaches recovery from a cultural and activist perspective. The recovery community is a marginalized community. There is a lot of stigma around it. So Portraits of Recovery is about visibility. We are working with marginalized voices in society to recover the community itself, but the broader context is about breaking down the barriers and creating inclusion. And I think that that is great because once you tear down the stigma around it and realize that everyone goes through something like this in their life, then the community can come around these people and embrace them. And recovering the community itself is what stuck out for me.
Oh man, that's huge. If you can send that link to Jay Pash, because he's out there doing community work in the Inland Empire of California, and the connection between art. Because remember, we're God's masterpiece. That's not my words. That's the words of the Bible. You know what I mean? Some translations can change that to poetry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We are His art. And to see that we're using the creative just way, like God is a creator and He created us and gave us the ability to create. We're using that to heal.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's so
Exactly.
much that's therapeutic, and I understand the recovery community. I'm in the recovery community, so when I see that, hey, we're making something that's seen as darkness and seen as bleak, and people are shunned to the side and all this kind of stuff, and we're making it beautiful.
Yes, exactly.
And telling stories. Oh gosh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. And I would love to see this, sort of thing happen in different communities as well.
Yeah, I really hope it becomes contagious.
Yeah.
And the different all the cities take care and take heed, and also internationally as well, because the stigma around recovery, sometimes the stigma around the recovery keeps people in recovery. Because they feel like they're in this by themselves, and if they can't go about and be public with it, then they won't get the support that they need.
Right.
And so I think things like this. There's also a barber shop that's doing the same thing.
Okay.
And they're teaching people in recovery the skill of being a barber, as well as footy clubs that they're introducing. But also in the footy clubs, they're making sure that they have people from the community, also the recovery. People from recovery, so they can interact and humanize the people in recovery.
Thank you.
Because really and truly,
Yes.
it is a human problem, and I use the word problem really lightly, but it is a human issue. And when you dehumanize these people, that is what makes them marginalized.
Right.
And so bringing people together in the community and just putting a human face to it will change everyone's perspective of what recovery looks like.
Right.
And it will make them it will encourage them to help out more in that recovery process for the whole community, not just for that one individual.
Yeah.
And right now we need community more than ever, because society is trying to dehumanize everything.
Right.
And
Think AI.
look,
They're trying to dehumanize everything.
To dehumanize everything and get everyone to isolate themselves while still pretending to be to be a community.
Right.
And so for me, things like this that actually bring people together and create community is what we need.
Right.
And it gives perspective, and it's great. I love it.
Absolutely. I know when I was in the rooms, one of the sayings that they had was, the opposite of addiction is connection. And that's something that really stuck with me. Because I know at times when I am most isolated, when I have too much time to myself and I'm not connecting to other people, that void is something that we reach for things to fill. And so, you may not think that it's that bad because you're filling that void with a bunch of TV, but it's still a void. It's still an emptiness.
Yep.
Or busyness, or overworking, or all these kind of things,
You're
or just
distracting
worry.
you're distracting your mind from something.
Right.
Like, and unless you have that community where that allows you to address it in the way that you want or in the way that you need, then you're going to just continually to walk through life trying to distract your mind and being scared of silent moments. And that is a sign that you need to recover. It's not just drugs we need to recover from. We need to recover from trauma. We need to recover from just things. like
exactly.
Things. There are just things that we need to recover from, and these are signs that we need the recovery. The problem is that there are things that allow us to be functional that people don't look at as signs that we need that we need help, or even as signs that we're reaching out for help. And then the extremes, people look and they demonize, when really and truly you're going through the same struggle. It's just you made two different choices.
Right.
And so we putting a human aspect on it, I think is the greatest way. And I love programs like this. There was also a comedy one to put for the depression. To put a human face on these things that are stigmatized and dehumanized. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I love, the people that are starting it are people that are in that field. What they're doing is just using something that they're already doing. They didn't go and seek to be an artist so that they can do this.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what, I'm already an artist. How can I make this useful in my community, more useful in my community? Comedy, the barbershop, things like that. And I only bring that point up because if you are not a barber, if you're not an artist or anything else, if there's anything that you have a capacity to do, it could be used to help people and connect with people in recovery. So just use what you are, use what's in you to contribute. Like, that's what we're meant to be doing in church, and then in the wider community. And then we want that to overflow into the wider world. Yeah. That's how we make change.
And don't get too sucked up into wanting to be global.
Right.
Like just focus on your community, and then when it hits the point where it's naturally spreading, just let it spread. But focus on your community, and then help other communities focus on theirs. Because one thing is, you can try and be global and then forget the people who are sitting right next to you and complain about the life you live in while you're walking by these people.
Right.
That's
100%, man. 100%. And don't be scared to collaborate with other people and teach other people the blueprint to what you've done.
Yeah.
You don't own it.
Yeah. It's not about trademarks, it's about people.
Right. If God blesses you with the ability to minister in any capacity, and you have the ability to also take on apprentices and teach them to then be able to facilitate an entire program, teach them to not need you for this to move forward.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Take the ego out of it, take the you out of it, and just see that this is making a change. One simple thing can make all the difference to a person in recovery.
Exactly.
And for people that need to go into recovery, but because of the stigma, they don't even seek help. Yeah. And they hide with it and they die with it. Yep. You know what I mean? So, oh my goodness, this is huge. I love it. What was the name of the thing before we...
So the name of the program is... Portraits of Recovery.
Portraits of Recovery. Y'all look that up. Check them out. Support them. Look at their blueprint. And if you can bring something like that to your community, go ahead and do that too. I have a couple of throwbacks. And we're going to be in our plan that we started. So our plan is called Grace Wins. Grace Wins. I want you to open up. If you've been following for the past few weeks and you know we're using the YouVersion Bible app. So you can, if your Bible app is YouVersion, you can go to that one. I think it's the most widely known one. If you don't have that app, you can just use your browser, go to Bible.com, and it's by the same people, and hit plans. Type in Grace Wins, and we're going to be on day 4, Grace Wins. So after a couple songs, when I say it's throwback, y'all going to love this. Heart and Soul by the Winans.
Let's go.
Heart and Soul by the Winans, man. We'll be back in a bit. You're listening to Don't Trip.
Online. This is Adventist Radio London.
What day are we on? What day are we on?
4.
Oh, I'm gonna let
Yes.
you know that I love you. Hey, okay.
So I was having a moment when I was choosing the song.
I'm gonna let you know. Yo, I remember how the CD looks and everything.
Yes.
Goodness gracious.
Yes. I want to see someone go to TikTok and do a choreography for this.
Yes. Like we need to.
I don't even TikTok, but I know they do choreography. I just, you know, when it's like, there's people that are growing up without this music. That should be a sin.
It should. It really
You know what I
should.
mean?
'Cause, man.
They're growing up without these experiences, man. It's gonna be verse 1 through 9, I think. 1 through 6. Let me see day 5. Is it his side? Yes, it can. Man, this reminds me. There's an interview that Kev on Stage did with Fred Hammond. Did you ever watch it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. He did one with Kirk as well. Very different experiences. It's
Oh
crazy.
yeah, of course.
Because Kirk kind of came up alone, and he was in that in between era. He was a little after the Winans, but kind of before everybody really jumped off.
And he wasn't really a natural progression.
No, he just shot
He
up.
just-
he
He was
shot
just
up.
like, I'm Kurt.
Right.
Hi. Whereas Fred.
But Fred came from Detroit with everybody. And so he said, he talked about their high school experience. Like, I'm talking about the Winans, the Clarks.
Oh.
Right. So they had the Amen Corner in high school. So, of course, he's sitting back and telling these stories. And it's like, he's talking about the breaking into the industry with commissions. Kev on Stage, and he's such a great interviewer. Like, you feel like they're friends. No matter who he's interviewing, Kev on Stage, you feel like they're friends. And I think it's like an hour and a half or something. It's a good sit down. It's on YouTube. So yeah, if there's anybody who watches this,
This makes me want to listen to Yolanda Adams.
look, I had a whole moment last night, right?
Look.
And I came in from socializing with the people from London Live, because I London Live yesterday. I got in after midnight, and I was like, okay, let me make sure this playlist is done. And I'm sitting there jamming at like 1 a.m. Yeah.
Never gonna let, never.
So I'm trying this out. We gonna see how it goes. I've been finding little taglines in the library, so this is another one that I found.
Have your say. Text HOPE to 82228 or email studio@adventisradio.london.
Man,
How was that? That was all right, right?
It was all right. It was all right. Where does that message go?
The only reason I know it's the real thing. That's where Dad tells him to text on the Radio Hope Show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so I think that text goes to the WhatsApp or.
That's Sundays from
Let's
1 to
see.
3 with Ray
Must be
and
WhatsApp,
Angie.
yeah.
Start your week with Don't Trip.
Changing lives and sharing hope here on ARL.
I was jamming to these too.
Well, you said, talking about. She.
Thinking about what is under.
This reminds me of the road trip playlist I used to make for Dad when he was traveling.
Yo,
It used
I
to
wish
have-
we kept those CDs
Yeah,
that we made, man.
Like,
We really found, like, we thought we were DJs.
yeah,
These CDs.
we did. The only thing we didn't have was transitions.
Man.
We had tracks.
And I remember, I think the CDs started at like 50 minutes, and then they had the 80 minutes.
Yeah,
CDs, and
now
we were
that.
Like, yo, we piled on.
And we used to use all 80 of them every single second.
So that was one Kurt Franklin album because he had all those skits.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, I miss burning them CDs.
Man.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell Talia about anti-skip. And she couldn't understand the concept. I was like, look, you would go and you would try and look, you would look for the CD player within your budget that had the highest amount of anti-skip.
Because the way we would have to hold the CD player,
Literally.
it made me use the cassette player even
Oh.
longer, the Walkman. Okay, so I'm gonna need to create time later on. This will be fun. I'm gonna bring it in now.
Okay.
I get joy. Do you get joy thinking about what he's done for you?
Yes, I do.
Do you get joy thinking about what he has done for you?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Then join the conversation.
Then join the conversation, man. Join the conversation. So, where we are is Grace Wins. And we're on YouTube, by the way. So anybody that wants to chime in, and join our discussion can join in the YouTube live stream. Look at Adventist Radio London live on YouTube, and you can engage with us there because there is a lot to talk about. Grace Wins, we're going to be on day 4. And if you also want to have the Bible itself open, we're going to be in Luke 19. So there it is. All right. Reading in your hearing. The title that they gave this day was Curious About Grace. I love the word curious, right? Because questions lead to answers. More questions, but also answers. Grace makes people curious. Grace tends to be foreign to humanity.
Yep.
Preach. We understand the concept of forgiveness and acceptance, do we? But the experience of it from fellow humans can be very rare. We may find tolerance, but it's impossible to find grace at the quality and quantity that Jesus can give.
Exactly.
This is what may have caused Zacchaeus to run and climb a tree. Yes. He climbed because he was said to be smaller than your average man. But why was he climbing? To get a look at Jesus. Perhaps the constant rejection that Zacchaeus faced, combined with the news of the constant acceptance that Jesus was showing across the region, created interest in his mind. So he ran ahead of everyone and climbed up a blossoming fig tree so he could get a glimpse of Jesus as he passed by. Luke 19:4. Zacchaeus runs ahead of the crowd, and his desperate scramble shows the sprint inside of his heart not to be alone. The crowd had rejected Zacchaeus, but maybe the one for whom the crowd gathered wouldn't turn him away. Like the blossoming buds on the tree Zacchaeus was climbing, his heart had a blossoming hope that his isolated and lonely winter was finished. We may feel rejected, alone, or unaccepted, but there is one who loves with an aggressive grace. Jesus is not fickle like the crowd, nor is his grace based on our performance. His grace always comes with an invitation. Grace does not forgive from a distance, but it is grace that brings people together. Jesus dines with Zacchaeus, and Jesus desires to dine with you. No matter your past or what you have done, Jesus accepts you. He sees you running ahead of the crowd to get a glimpse of his peculiar grace. He sees your effort to find forgiveness. He sees you climbing. He sees you. He calls you by your name. No matter, you matter to Jesus. Let his grace into your heart today. May you feast together with Jesus and never know loneliness again. This is how grace wins.
Amen.
Whew. All right, as we were reading, what comes out to you, Ray?
For me, it's his desperate scramble shows the sprint inside his heart not to be alone. Now, the reason it sticks out for me is because I had a thought. What if Zacchaeus was the only one that saw the quantity of Jesus' forgiveness and the quality of Jesus' forgiveness, because he was in a state where no one would even look at him. And he knew how outrageous the quantity and quality was. And so he had to get there. Where the crowd was just walking and moseying towards him, he had to run to him because he had to witness something so miraculously gigantic.
Yeah.
So gigantic that you can't even fathom.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's like that mentality, even though, you know, the line of work he was in and why people snubbed him and the fact that he was a smaller man than usual as well, all of that was okay, cool. But the biggest thing was just actually noticing how big that thing that thing that people consider small nowadays called grace is. Because if you actually recognize how big and all-encompassing grace actually is, there's no other reaction you can have than to want to be the first in the line and carry anyone who is with you to the grace.
Right.
And so even though everyone there knew about grace, he was the one that could see just how enormous it was.
Right. And how much he needed it.
You
know what I mean? But I think Zacchaeus, the story of Zacchaeus always strikes me because a lot of the stories that we that have been recorded were people that had the boldness to approach Jesus. And so they saw that he was healing. They saw that he was powerful. They saw that he can meet a need. And so they boldly went up to him and said, Jesus, please, Jesus, please, Jesus, please. And this is one of two stories that come to mind where a person wanted to experience Jesus, but were so down on themselves that they couldn't conjure up the boldness to actually meet his eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The other one that is the one with the issue of blood, where she tried to like sneak a blessing. You know what I mean?
But that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like, what if because of the fact that because of that desperate scramble, and because of the fact that he noticed and he needed it and he was yearning for it, and he just wanted to take a glimpse.
Yeah.
What if that was him touching the hem?
Right.
Because God knows your heart.
Right.
So what if that was his heart reaching out and touching the hem?
Right, which is what gets Jesus' attention.
Exactly.
Because, later on, and the reason I looked ahead, I peeked ahead a little bit to the next day to see if we're going to still be in Zacchaeus. Because, I like to read the whole thing. But we're still going to be in Zacchaeus, following in. As a matter of fact, we have time to go to the next day to complete this story because it was the woman's faith with the hem that got Jesus' attention.
Yeah.
He's surrounded by people. This guy's running ahead of the crowd. So what gets Jesus' attention to say, let me look into this fig tree? You know what I mean? Let me have a look into this tree.
And also, when did it turn from a sycamore tree to a fig tree?
That's what's the ting? Which verse is it? Climbing to a blossoming fig tree so he could verse 4. Let's get into it. Let's see.
Because my whole life it's been a sycamore tree.
Sycamore fig tree. What?
What? Mind blown. It's both.
Yes. I had to, and I had a feeling because Passion Translation. The reason I like the translation is that even though it speaks in modern, when you do the expansion in the concordance, it does say how it translated particular text, and it says this was a sturdy sycamore fig tree that was known to reach over 40 feet high. The Aramaic text calls it a tree in bloom. Okay, so yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's true, because all the songs say sycamore tree, and I'm sitting here, one of y'all lying, but no,
it's both.
All right.
It's just fig didn't rhyme with anything in the song, so.
Sycamore felt more deep.
Yeah, it felt,
you know
it
what I
felt
mean?
more.
But yeah, yes. So questions and answers. Yeah, no, I'm gonna play a little bit of music, but we're gonna come back on the other end. We're gonna complete the story. There were some things that popped out here as well. In the devotional, I have a song called Road Trip. Ooh, her fucking road trip. All right, let's take a road trip. But don't go too far and don't change the channel. We'll be back in a bit. You're listening to Don't Trip.
On DAB, mobile apps, and online. This is Adventist Radio London.
All right, it's getting hot. I gotta take this off. Sorry, Dawn. Right.
I could play this on the guitar.
I'm sure I could play it on keys. You just gotta jam them.
Listen to that voice above you. Only let go pride that love you. See you from too far to not arrive on time. But every turn that you've been through, for His glory, God was choosing you. See, it's only in the darkest night that you really see the stars shine bright. So crack the smile, 'cause this road won't be easy. Doubt will come, believe me. Sometimes you'll wonder if it's alright. It's about to be amazing. When you see what God is making, I can't wait for you to tell me that it's alright. See, I know dreams can take forever, especially in stormy weather. It's hard to see where the road will end. But good news, your destination is determined. It's connected. life is hard. Everything gotta stand still, Lord. I'm at a crossroad, left or right, which way I go.
Tim Bowman Jr. I just feel like, nah, I probably shouldn't say that. I'll probably say it anyway. I just feel like some names just don't have a ring to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, that's what stage names are for, man. Give your name a little ring to it.
It's a path, Lord, and I must trust every step, Lord. I'm at a crossroad, left or right, which way I go. I'm at a crossroad, left or right, which way I go. Dear Lord, give me the strength so I can move forward. I'm on the road, so let me change forward. Tell me where to go.
Okay, so hey, Joe, he's listening in.
Oh, let's go.
Okay, I'm driving. Bible on that Mercedes B mantle. Late calling for help. Why do I wait to see my lamp? Evolve to the crazy me Rambo. Need to pay my bills cause the devil want to pray and me cancel. All day I'm trying to beat Satan with my hands froze. Screaming, Lord, help me in the 80 key transfer. You couldn't put more on me than the faith that me can handle. Devil shooting shots and by the way, I need ammo. God, man, you know this is crazy life. Need gas for the car, need baby wipes. And I'm working for
Look.
Me, hey.
Look.
I'm just saying, God, when you was blessing folks felt I got ran by. Said that he was better. Why that man lie? Man, I'm feeling just like you with me. I really need you to help me up.
Till I get stronger, Lord, I need you to carry on. Lord, I need your strength. I wanna go higher. Lord, I need your strength. I'm nothing without you. Lord, I need your strength. Till I get stronger, Lord, I need your strength.
I love that it's a song about strength and going through things, but it's not like slowing and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta praise through it with some up tempo.
Look. What happens after you take me to the king? Like,
That's what I'm saying. Leave me there. Oh man. You're listening to Don't Trip on ARL.
Yes.
And we're here just having a good time here in the studio. Shout out to Jay Pash, who said he is listening. He's watching us here on YouTube. If anything pops out to you during this Bible study as well, Jay Pash, we love to hear from you. And we need to get you on the show. I mean, how we got a show we have Jay Pash on here.
Exactly.
Who is literally changing the game in so many ways, especially artistry and community service out there in the Inland Empire in Riverside, California. And so, yeah, the shout out to Jay Pash. We're hearing Grace Wins. Grace Wins is the name of the plan that we're in. We did day 4. We read the devotional. I just want to read the passage that they have here. We're going to be in Luke chapter 19. You can use that same Bible app. Or, you know, if you're at Bible.com, go to Luke chapter 19, use parallel mode in your studies. We love mentioning parallel mode. So I love paralleling with the amplified version. Because it's very different to the Passion Translation that we usually read out here. And you get to just glean so much from the scripture here. So we're in the Passion Translation, Luke chapter 19. And I'm going to read from verse 1 all the way through verse 10. And it reads, on his way to Jerusalem, Jesus had to pass through Jericho. There lived a very wealthy man named Zacchaeus, who supervised all the tax collectors. I didn't know it was a supervisor come through. Promotion. He was very eager to see Jesus and kept trying to get a look at him through the massive crowd. Since Zacchaeus was a short man and couldn't see over the heads of the people, I can relate, he ran on ahead of everyone and climbed up a blossoming fig tree to get a glimpse of Jesus as he passed by. When Jesus got to that place, he looked up into the tree and said, "Zacchaeus, hurry on down, for I must stay at your house today." Hurry on down reminds me of like The Price is Right.
Mm-hmm. Come on down.
Come on down. The Price is Right. Verse 6. So he scurried down the tree and found himself face to face with Jesus. As Jesus left to go with Zacchaeus, many in the crowd complained, "Look at this. Of all people to have dinner with, he's going to eat in the house of a crook?" Well,
people are annoying.
Look. Verse 8, Zacchaeus was amazed over his gracious visit to his home and joyously welcomed Jesus. Zacchaeus stood in front of the Lord and said, "Half of all that I own I will give to the poor. And Lord, if I have cheated anyone, I promise to pay them back 4 times as much as they stole." Wow, he really was wealthy, wasn't he? He just gave out the money. Verse 9, Jesus said to him, "Your repentance shows that today life has come to you and your household, and that you were a true son of Abraham. The Son of Man has come to seek out and to give life those who are lost." Woo!
Amen.
Y'all. Oh, just got that text from Jay Pash. He said he's coming on the show. Amen. Amen. So, yeah, man, this, ooh. You know when you just got to sit down? I love when the stories that we sang about as children,
Yeah.
we revisit them in the actual scripture as adults, and the whole perspective is so much bigger.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%. Anything pop out to you, Ray, as I was reading?
Well, I'm gonna let you talk first because, as you said, like you can identify with the with Zacchaeus. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the struggle of not being able to see over crowds.
You know what? I was just there. So I was sitting in London Live, right? And I showed up late, y'all, man. I showed up late, so I had to sit in the back. I couldn't see. Man, everybody, you know when they say all rise to praise?
Yeah.
And you just get swallowed up by the crowd. I couldn't see, man. You know, there was a lady standing directly in front of me, and her hair was beautiful. She had a nice little hairstyle going on, and that's all I could see. Couldn't even see the words. I'm sitting there mumbling, trying to sing along with the people. Zacchaeus, man, I feel you. If I had a tree, no, I wouldn't have climbed a tree.
I was about to say, you ain't climbing no tree.
But if Jesus was there, look, I'll climb the roof. Don't play with me. But I love what the song that we used to sing about Zacchaeus stopped at "I'm coming to your house today."
Mm-hmm.
Right? It didn't show the repentance. I think repentance was too big a deal for the kids.
Yeah. For a kid's song.
You know what I mean? But we'll probably get to that in the second day here. I think it kind of looks like they're going to be taking 2 days each in the plan. So I actually want to go into day 5 of the plan so we can complete Zacchaeus.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
So yeah, right here. Let me just make sure, because I gave J Pash a directive. If you still listening, J Pash, I told you to text us on YouTube.
No,
For anyone who doesn't know that's my younger brother.
Yeah. Public because
I took that tone, didn't I?
Is this how she talked to her listeners?
There's one particular listener.
Yeah. He's our younger brother.
Yeah,
so,
I don't want to just be like, Joe, get on the, did I just do that? J Pash, sorry, that's his name on the thing.
Anyway.
So we're going to go to day 5. Here in our plan, Grace Wins. They titled this day, New Way of Living. And one thing I did want to point out, and I'm going to read this first and then point it out, but the way that the last day that we read connected to the last story that you read. It was talking about being alone, being shunned, not feeling accepted, and things like that. And the way that Jesus said, you know what? I'm going to give you a privilege that all of these people who think they're with the in crowd don't even get.
Exactly.
I'm going to give you this privilege. You know what I mean? I'm going to find you seeing me.
Which shows us it is our duty to reach out to these marginalized people,
Look.
to these people who are down and downtrodden.
Right.
You know, because Jesus did it and he was the example of what we should be.
Right.
Okay, you can't
100%.
argue with that. If you try to argue with it, pray more.
Right. 100%. You know what I mean? He and Zacchaeus was a person in recovery.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't get me started.
And
Zacchaeus was a person in recovery.
And the only person who knew it was Zacchaeus.
Exactly.
Because everybody
on
was
the outside, he probably looked good and wealthy and things like that, but he was socially unaccepted. And he got to the point where there was a huge change and repentance that took place, which I think is what we're going to talk about right here in day 5. And this is what it says. There is nothing that can transform us like Jesus can. So, a vehement, I've never been able to pronounce that word, persecutor of the church, became Paul, the apostle, author of many books in the Bible and prolific builder of the early church. Simon, the reed, became Peter, the rock, on which Jesus would build his church. And in this passage, we see that Zacchaeus, a notoriously stingy, money-clinging, people-cheating tax collector.
Wow, that's a lot of adjectives.
I know.
Wow.
These adjectives. Stingy, money-clinging. Now, the redundancy is where you know the person that wrote this is an artist, because we don't care about redundancy. We'll say the same thing 60 times.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the more we say it, it become more potent, right? Stingy, money-clinging, people-cheating tax collector with a bad reputation. Nah. He has one meal with Jesus and then declares that he will give 50% of all he owns to the poor. And pay back 4 times what he owes people he has cheated.
And this is, sorry to interrupt, but for me, this was a huge thing because of the fact that there are stories of Jesus meeting people who had power and they want to give to Jesus. Zacchaeus met Jesus, fellowshiped with Jesus, and was like, I need to help my community. I need to give to the poor. Like it is, there's something about the difference between being wealthy with power and being wealthy just with wealth, with your everyday, you're not everyday, but I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like the when you're wealthy with power, you're self-centered, so you assume the person that you admire is self-centered. Zacchaeus was wealthy, okay, but he was the supervisor, so he didn't call the shots. So he saw the community, and he saw probably how his bosses were cheating these people. And he knew he had to do better because he was in there.
Right.
Although he had wealth, he was still in there.
Right. And it's such a beautiful thing to see. I love that highlight where he says, you know what I mean? Oh, you've changed my life. I'm going to give to you. Instead, I'm going to change. You've changed my life. I'm going to help change the lives of others.
Exactly.
Right? And what that tells me is if anybody's familiar with the 12-step recovery process, step 12 is actually sharing what you got with another person that you see that needs it.
Yeah.
So this man went through steps 1, that he had a problem, recognized the problem. Step 2, he went through all the steps in this encounter with Jesus. If you want to be able to go through all the steps of transformation and repentance, because that's essentially what the 12 steps is.
Yeah.
And getting your life and perspective healed. Go climb that tree.
They need to add Zacchaeus to the 12 steps.
Look.
Because this is the whole thing.
But, I mean, and it feels like climbing a tree when you go through them, y'all. Go through them steps. Look. And the thing...
I gotta go gym first.
Look, it is the gym. It is the gym, man. But it's the most transformative process. And all it is, all the steps are, is a guy who God had taken through the process of recovery. And he just wrote down the steps that God took him through. That's all it was. He didn't set out to write a self-help book. God took him through this process and he recorded it. And it became a program that's saving lives today. So where were we? Yes. When we encounter Jesus and see him for who he truly is, we have a choice to receive him and change our lifestyle into one that honors both God and people. Or to reject him and to continue to live a life separated from him and ruled by sinfulness. In this passage, Jesus boldly invites himself to Zacchaeus' home. By this, we learn that Jesus is not afraid of our mess. Why does that sound like a line from Dad's sermon?
Because
I'm sure he has said this before.
Yes, he has a sermon. You said something that reminded me of the title of the sermon earlier. I can't remember what it was, but it'll come to me.
Yeah. He's not afraid of our mess, of our real life, of the things that we try to hide from him. Preach. Of the things for which we feel ashamed. He wants us to welcome him right into the middle of it all. He does not condemn us. He loves us, desiring for us to be real, not fake, desiring to relieve us from the bondage of sin and death and show us what living truly looks like. This new way of living can look like sacrifice. It can look like letting go. But of course, in order to receive something, we must have an open hand. You cannot receive a gift if your hands are full of all sorts of other things. Receiving Jesus requires us to let go of our old way of living and pursue a new way of living. When we come face to face with Jesus, when we see his goodness and his heart, when we see that he is God, our response is a letting go of self-focus and selfish living and embracing an embrace of living to bless those around us. Matthew 10:39 says, whoever finds their life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. That's the English Standard Version. Jesus radically transforms our worldview and our lifestyle. Personally, I've found sometimes this response can be quick, like Zacchaeus was. Or sometimes it's a wrestling match between self-focus on my personal desires and what God is asking of me. Wow, that was loud in my life. Sorry, that just took me off. All right, God, I'll stop deliberating. You know what I mean? Grace has already won. Sin has been defeated. But it's my job to allow this winning grace into my own life. It's my job to trust Jesus always has the intention of bringing good, not evil. So I can follow him in an open hand of obedience, being generous and loving to the world around me. You are called to bring more of his love into the world. Let's be people who have an open hand, obedient heart, and an ear that hears his heart for the world and responds radically like Zacchaeus. Responds radically. It's not enough just to feel it.
Exactly.
We have to have a response to this. And I'm going to let y'all know this is a huge step that Zacchaeus did. He says, you know what, and what I love, we're talking about recovery and all this, man. What I love is that he's willing to make amends.
Yes. And that's a huge part of it.
That's one of the steps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The willingness has to come first, and then the action has to come as well. Making amends. It's not enough to go, okay, from here on out, I won't cheat anyone. No, he says, I'm going to find those who I may have cheated, and I'm going to make it right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pay them for the inconvenience.
Look.
He said $4 over. So this is a message to HMRC, to the Department of Work and Pension. Be a Zacchaeus, repent.
Look.
Anything pop out for you, Ray?
For me, it was when they were talking about us hiding things from God. And what stuck out, the reason it stuck out for me is because when I was younger, I used to read the story of Adam and Eve when they sinned and ran away from God and tried to hide themselves from him. And I used to say, why are they so silly? You can't run from God. Like, why would you even try? Like, this is the silliest thing I have ever heard. How did they know God if they were trying to hide from him? Because they would have known they couldn't hide.
Look.
And then I grew up and realized that we are Adam and Eve every single day.
Yep.
We are taking these leaves, these banana leaves, and trying to cover ourselves and hide from God every single day, even though we know
Right.
he can see us.
Right.
He can see us putting on the leaves and is kissing his teeth.
Right. But while we are trying to clothe ourselves with something that's not going to last, while they were doing that, he was making real clothes for them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He said, okay, they want to be covered up. The leaves ain't going to do it. I don't know what they doing. So, you know what I mean? A sacrifice had to be made. A lamb was slaughtered in order for them to have clothes. However, while we're sitting here trying to find ways to hide from him, he's already, he's busy crafting
Exactly.
the solution
Yeah.
to our nakedness, to
Exactly.
our shame, to, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, like, imagine that. And I told you, I don't know how you could be a parent, man, because I'm thinking to myself, and I'm like, would I be sitting here, like, sewing together clothes for my kid while I'm watching them on with stupidness?
The thing is,
You know what I mean?
The thing is,
Like,
you have to.
I know.
Like-
I know I'm gonna need this prepared for when
Yeah.
I go and say, "Hey, are you hiding from me? Where
Yeah.
are you in the garden?" You know
have
what I mean?
to, as a parent, you have to assess the damage of what they're going through first, and then you think, okay, if it will damage them too much, I'll save them from it. If it won't hurt them too much, they need to go through it.
Right.
And so you let them go through it, and then at the end, kiss your teeth and say, here. This is what you should have done from the very beginning.
Right.
Because it was right there. It was right. You looked in the fridge and couldn't see no food to eat when it was right in front of your face.
Right.
Like, and that's and that's it. And you know, he is our parent. He is our ultimate parent.
Yeah.
And that is exactly, he has, you know, he assesses what we can go through. He doesn't give us anything more than we can bear. It's just we have to believe we can bear it.
Right. And 100%, and with him, he's already doing that. So I love here. I was talking about Zacchaeus' transformation. His repentance was true. Repentance requires action.
Yeah.
And it doesn't require action as proof that you've repented. It just does it. You can't sit with yourself until you've made amends. You can't sit with yourself until you've accepted the grace. You can't sit with yourself until you've prayed to God and asked for forgiveness. When this conviction takes you, run with it, because on the other end of it is a life that is no longer alone, that will never be alone. It's the living water that will quench all thirst, period. You know what I mean? So, y'all, we actually ran out of time. It's not a lot of time. It's not a lot of time, but man, I just wanted everyone to get this. Do a deep dive into the story of Zacchaeus. Now that we're on this recovery thing, I actually want to write something with Zacchaeus and the recovery process, because I feel like it's all packed in here.
Exactly.
Anyone who's in the recovery community knows how huge this is here. Shout out to everybody that's been listening. We're gonna be back with gratitude in just a moment, but I have a song here. Hide Me. That's the name of the song. Be back in a bit. You're listening to Don't Trip.
Online. This is Adventist Radio London.
And online.
Minute 17. So I'll stop this one early. I forgot to look at the clock.
Me too. I looked up and saw, what?
Like, what you mean that's the time?
Hide me, cover me. Alright, even in the middle.
Yeah, man, that last story you brought in, like, ushered this in perfectly.
Surrounded on every side, but my enemies
I'm glad, man.
under your shadow. Under your wings.
I need to find this song, because this is a jam. a Wyclef song.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Can't take my future or my family. Satan's a robber who wants everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Looking on the brighter side, I can't believe you're still alive. You behind me. I just wanna be alright. My enemies won't survive. Under your shadow. Yeah, 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 yeah. Do you win? You're my everything.
Alright, I'm gonna bring us in.
All right.
Ooh!
Oh,
No, I'm gonna bring us in. I'm gonna do it. Oh, man. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dante Bo. You ain't.
I
I wasn't
admit,
ready. I wasn't ready for the bass line.
I wasn't either.
I wasn't ready for the bass line, man. So, yes, you were listening to Don't Trip. We've come to the end of the show, but we never like to leave without showing our gratitude.
Yes.
Gratitude is what it's about, man. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the God that we serve. I'm so grateful for this process that he has me in. Like, I've reached a point in my life where I can see when God's, like, his plans are, like, coming together and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm looking and I'm side-eyeing because, you know, I'm sitting here, like, still being resistant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know when you're still being resistant. But I'm too self-aware to just let myself get away with it so much. And I'm just like, now we're here. I'm grateful for God showing us awesome parenting techniques. And parenting us as adults.
Yeah.
The way that we need.
Yeah.
What you grateful for, Red?
Man, I want to echo that. Definitely want to echo that. I'm grateful for my children, of course. I'm grateful for your birthday being soon. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And really and truly, I'm just grateful for this opportunity. You know, sometimes it can be taken for granted, and this time I'm not taking it for granted. So I want to say I'm very grateful for this show.
Yeah.
And for the hands that have moved to allow us to come back.
Yes.
You know,
100%.
because it is definitely needed, and definitely I am grateful for it.
Absolutely, man. God is good, and he plans good things. Anybody out there that is going through things that are health battles, that are going through mental health battles, that are going through financial battles, that are going through, remember, it's not yours, it's the Lord's, and he has resources, and he has angels that act on his words and on his will. God is real. His power is real. And we have full access to it. And I pray that our faith stands firm, that nothing shakes it. Yeah. I pray that anything that we go through or that we witness others going through does not shake it. I pray that we keep our foundation on the rock and we're able to shine through regardless of what goes on in life.
Yeah.
And bring people to a God that we all need. Man, it's been an amazing show. Thank you for listening. Same time, same place next week. Bring a friend. This has been Don't Trip.
Don't do it.
Stubborn giant just would have fallen.
That stubborn giant just wouldn't fall.
And then all you had to do was pray.
Then all you had to do was pray.
And guess what? Jehovah God was deaf on the key.
Jehovah God was there while he paid.
Now here's my favorite part. Say the king of glory.
The king of glory steps in on time. That's why you never lose a case.
That's why you never lose a case.
I can't stand Americans. You know why I can't stand Americans? You have nothing else to do on this song but just say words.
Literally.
I'm gonna find them though. This group is called Triple O. champion.
For my God, I write anthems. Gave me peace for my tantrums. 7, 8, 9, even 10 drums. Can't beat at the heart of the Father. Rhythm of the master. On red, no energy.
Oh, Triple O is just a dude.
Looking for the charger, light speed, but my champion is so much faster. Who's that? First place. I know good.
Wait, where'd the American guy go?
New Year?
And he loves me on my best, on my worst day.
You got the group name? New Year?
Crown on my head. I could do this all day.
Yeah. Okay.
I could do this all day.
Huh.
I thought that would turn it up. Yeah. All right. Well, show's over. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
J Pash, let us know the time of the date. Let's see. Safety is the main thing. Grateful for a new day and no worries. No worries.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I'm sick of having no worries? J Pash. He's the most unworried person. Yo, unworried? Put that on a shirt.
Straight. Unworried.
Alright, J Pash. Next time I see you, I need to see you with a hat or something that says unworried. Alright. Yeah, sometime, same place next week. This has been Don't Trip. It's about to be 7 a.m. Why are you awake? It's Sunday.
Yeah, go, bruh.
Good night.